Alright, so I originally meant to get this video up yesterday, but my mom decided to come out to check out the new apartment, so I said screw it, I'm gonna hang out with my mom today. So you're getting a little double upload. You got this video going out, and then you got an all-time team build coming out later today. But anyway, for this video, I thought it would be fun to look ahead a little bit. I thought it would be fun to look at MLB The Show 21 and talk about one of the most exciting things to think about whenever a new installment to the franchise is coming out. And that, of course, is the new pool of legends for the new game. So today in this video, I'm gonna talk about the top 10 legends that I want to see in MLB The Show 21. This is just my personal top 10 list. If you guys have any cards that you want to see or any cards that you disagree shouldn't be in the game, because I did kind of start falling in love with baseball during the steroid era, so I got a little bit of a soft spot for some of the players that were coming up and you know, making it fun to watch as a kid. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. But without further ado, let's jump into the list. Coming in at number 10, a guy that I really want to see in this game, Manny Ramirez. Now, as an Angels fan, yeah, Manny did hurt the Angels a couple times. 2004, I think it was, what, game 2? That was a little rough. Even being that young, like 9 or 10 years old around that time, seeing Manny Ramirez and what he was doing with the Red Sox, I knew I was watching something special. Now, if Manny were to come into Diamond Dynasty, he could easily get multiple cards. He could get one with Cleveland. Obviously, he'd get one with Boston. Personally, I would love to see Manny Ramirez get a prime version of his card for the Boston Red Sox. I think it fits the mold of a prime card perfectly. Between 1998 and 2005, he finished in the top 10 of MVP voting in every single one of those seasons. 8 straight seasons he was in the top 10. Granted, a couple of those were with Cleveland, but still, when he was with the Red Sox at the beginning of his stint there, that was absolutely his prime. I think that should easily be the card that we get. 99 Manny Ramirez, a prime card with the Red Sox. Give it to me, SDS. All right, coming in at number 9 is a player that I didn't actually get to see play. He was way before my time. This guy played from like the mid-50s to the mid-70s. I'm talking about Frank Robinson. We've got a couple notable big right-handed first basemen in the game with Albert Pujols, Frank Thomas, but get Frank Robinson in that mix, I think they could make this guy elite. I mean, you pull up his baseball reference page, just look at the list of accolades he's got off the rip. Hall of Fame player, 2-time MVP winner, Rookie of the Year winner, Triple Crown champion, 14-time All-Star, a 2-time World Series champion, a World Series MVP, he won a Gold Glove, a batting title, an All-Star MVP. I mean, what more can you ask for a major league career? As much as I would love a Cincinnati Reds Frank Robinson card, I think if you're gonna give him his best version, it's gotta be his Triple Crown season with the Baltimore Orioles. His first season with the Orioles in 1966, the dude hit .316 with a .410 on base, a .637 slugging, and an OPS at 1047 with a 198 OPS plus. Like, are you kidding me? Dare I use the phrase, those are video game numbers? Give me Frank Robinson, give me that 1966 MVP awards card. I think we'd all love it. All right, here we go. Coming in at number 8, this is gonna be the fun one. Give me Derek Jeter, man. Now, before all you people start running to the comments saying, Jeter's overrated, if he wasn't a Yankee, he would never have the same accolades. Just stop. I don't want to hear it. You might not even be wrong, but that's an argument for a different time. I don't care what your opinions of Derek Jeter are as a actual baseball player, as a shortstop. I don't care if you think he's overrated. I don't care if you think 5 gold gloves makes him elite. Having Derek Jeter in MLB The Show brings so much more attention because, like it or not, he's one of the biggest icons in baseball history. I don't think his shortstop card would be the best shortstop in the game, no shot. But this is a cover athlete material player, and having him in the game would be huge. Obviously, he's got to get a signature series with the Yankees. I don't think you give him a prime card. I don't think you give him an awards card. You give him a signature series. What was it, like a 20-year career with them? He's got to be there. Let's get Derek Jeter in the game. I don't care what the price tag is to get him. Put him in the game. All right, on to number 7. We have what some people consider to be the true home run king, Hank Aaron. Hank Aaron obviously is one of the greatest baseball players of all time. Like I said, a lot of people consider him to be the true home run king with Barry Bonds and the steroids and stuff like that. I'm gonna say one stat about Hank Aaron that should tell you pretty much everything you need to know about this dude, and it's not even the home runs. This dude had 25 All-Star appearances. Just try and process that. 25. That is a quarter of a century. This dude was an all-star in the major leagues. It's absolutely insane. This dude is obviously one of the best to ever do it. 700 home runs, 755 to be exact. He's got to get a signature series card with the Braves. It just has to happen. Put him in the game, SDS. He's one of the best ever. He deserves to be in that outfielder's pool. All right, coming in at number 6, we have the first pitcher on the list. Not the only one, though. We got to see Sandy Koufax, man. A lot of people consider Sandy Koufax to be the greatest left-handed talent that baseball has ever seen. And what's crazy is that he didn't even actually pitch for that long. He was only in the majors for like 12 years. This dude absolutely needs a 99 overall prime card with the Dodgers in the game. 4 straight seasons he finished top 3 in the Cy Young voting. Oh yeah, and in 3 of those 4 seasons, he won the award. Just talking about the 4 seasons in question here, the dude pitched almost 1,200 innings and had an ERA at 1.86. He had a whip barely over 9. He was striking out over 9 batters per game. He had almost 1,300 strikeouts in this 4-year stretch. We're gonna talk about some other pitchers that have had similar types of stretches like this, but Sandy Koufax, you just gotta have him with all these legends in the game and all these good hitters we're getting. Why not add a guy like Sandy Koufax? Why not add a fun pitcher to use that was absolutely dominant in his era? I want Sandy Koufax in the game. There are so many good hitters in this game. Give me something to combat those guys. Give me a guy like Sandy Koufax. Coming in at number 5, we have, honestly, from what I've seen, one of the most requested people to come into the game, and that is Roberto Clemente. Roberto Clemente was a lifelong Pittsburgh Pirate. He played 18 seasons with them, and the dude was one of the best in the game when he was there. He had an MVP award in 1966. He was a 15-time All-Star, a 2-time World Series champion with a World Series MVP in there as well. He won the batting title 4 separate times and won 12 Gold Gloves. Now, he's not the greatest home run hitter of all time. He only had 240 home runs in 18 seasons, but the value that he brings to the table with his great defense, with that great arm, and just the pure ability to get on base, a 360 on base for his career. Roberto Clemente is a player that a lot of people want to see in the game, and I completely agree. This is a guy that is very influential to the game. I would love to see his card in Diamond Dynasty. He comes in at number 5 on my list. All right, here we go. Time to start getting a little controversial. At number 4, I want to see Barry Bonds. Now, just before I even talk about the dude, I think it is an absolute pipe dream that we ever see him in Diamond Dynasty, let alone MLB The Show in any way. The dude wasn't even in baseball games when I was growing up as a kid. I don't know, he just didn't give him their rights, or he wasn't a part of the players union, whatever it is. I don't know the full reasoning. So because of that, I don't really know if we'll ever see him. And I want you guys to just put the steroids aside, just for the sake of argument for this video. If you don't think he should be in the game just because of the steroids and you know what you get with Barry Bonds, just hold that for a second and just think about this card. Think about Reggie Stalker in MLB The Show 16, because that card was based on Barry Bonds. But think about him even better. Barry Bonds won 7 MVP awards, dude. Not only that, he won 8 Gold Gloves and is a 14-time All-Star. Also, I should mention that, since we said Hank Aaron was the true home run king, Barry Bonds is technically number 1 with 762, but the whole steroids thing, people get all worked up over that. I'm not saying you're not justified in it, I'm just saying. Look, once again, this goes back to what I was saying at the beginning of the video. I grew up in the steroid era. I grew up watching this guy, and steroids or not, you couldn't deny the talent that Barry Bonds brought to the table, which, kind of sucks because he might not have even needed to take steroids to be as good as he was. I don't know, man. It's like walking on eggshells when you talk about Barry Bonds, but I'm just picturing his card in the game, and he is absolutely somebody I want to see. So Barry Bonds comes in at number 4. Coming in at number 3, I told you guys Koufax wouldn't be the only pitcher on this list. We gotta have Pedro Martinez in the game. Pedro is one of the greatest pitchers I've ever seen with my own eyes. I've seen him pitch live. His 4-year stretch from 97 to 2000 was unbelievable, dude. In 3 out of those 4 seasons, he won the Cy Young, with that 4th one being a 2nd place finish. And in those 4 years combined, the dude had a 2.16 ERA and 900 innings pitched, struck out over 1,100 batters while only walking 200. The dude had a whip just over 9 and a strikeouts per 9 of over 11. And as I said with Koufax, give me a guy that I can use against all these good hitters so I can maybe try to outplay my opponent from the other side of the ball. Pedro Martinez is a guy that could easily fit that. Give me Pedro. He's one of the best pitchers ever, and that's just gonna lead me right into my number 2 player, Randy Johnson. It's funny because we were just talking about like the late 90s to the early 2000s, how Pedro Martinez was killing it over with the Red Sox. The same thing was happening over in the National League with Randy Johnson on the Arizona Diamondbacks. Except instead of 3 out of 4 Cy Youngs, my man Randy Johnson had a 4-year stretch where he won 4 straight. Don't get me wrong, I would love to see a Mariners version of Randy Johnson as well, but I think you gotta give him a prime card or at least a Cy Young card with the Arizona Diamondbacks, because I think that's where he was really at his best. I think a great version of Randy would be a 2002 card where he won the quote-unquote pitcher triple crown. A pitcher triple crown is when you lead in wins, ERA, and strikeouts. Granted, wins don't really mean much. He had a 2.32 ERA in 260 innings with 334 strikeouts. I mean, the dude is a beast. You could pick any season from Randy Johnson's prime, and it would be an easy 99 overall. You guys know what I'm gonna say. Give me a guy that goes against those good hitters. Randy Johnson is the #1 pitcher I want to see come to the game next year. All right, as we get into the #1 spot, we got another controversial one. If you guys disagree with this, let me know in the comments. But I've talked about him before. I've talked about that he would be the best shortstop in the game easily. I want to see ARod back. I think the thing that makes ARod so intriguing is not only do I think he'd be the best shortstop in the game, possibly one of the best third basemen in the game as well with the Yankees card, but he could easily have 3 99s. He could have a 99 with the Yankees, a 99 with the Mariners, and a 99 with the Rangers. Once again, I know the steroids is always a tough little spot for people to get over when we're talking about these players, but I am just envisioning the cards in the game, and ARod would easily be one of the best in there. So you give me that gift of 99 ARod at shortstop, and maybe they bring back 99 Seager next year. Dude, that middle infield, oh, it has me feeling some type of way. Anyway, that's my top 10 list. Once again, I'm sure you guys are going to disagree with something with the steroids or whatever it is. Let me know in the comments what you think, and let me know who you want to see in MLB The Show 21. The new legends are always super exciting to learn about, so hopefully we get some good ones this year. Appreciate you guys watching the video. If you enjoyed it, hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Remember, all-time team coming out later today. Appreciate you guys. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.